Board games, I'm gonna shout. I am starting off this morning with a little bit of singing. And what the future might be bringing. The internet today is not hot spotting. Board games and pondering the future is what I'm talking about. Board games and pondering the future. I'm not gonna shout, hey! Yeah, know if I'm going to. Hello and hello, Xate. Shoot, as you might, I don't know if that song all came through. I don't know how I'm doing, but basically, two things to tell you today before I start. Firstly, I'm hotspotting just because the internet isn't working properly. Secondly, I do need to leave at 11ish, so this is going to be a relatively short thing. I assume this is because you saw me last night. So wait. I need to change this. I need to change this. This is going to not be brilliant. Let's change it to BEZZY. Oh, I'm sorry about this. Is there off time? Depending on, well, it doesn't depend where you are, because wherever you are, it could be bath time. So yeah, it is the BEZZY bath time board game BLETHER. And coming up today, I am pondering my future. Am I fading in and out? How is the reception? Please do let me know. Yeah, very. And hello, Michael. Good morning. Good morning. Let me know how the if you are able to see me, okay, or not. I'm sorry for all the internet issues this morning. So in and out, but you can follow me. Oh, sorry that. Coming up today. Oh man, these things basically. I am pondering my future, and oh my god, I can see just by the responsiveness of these banners, it's going to be a hard thing today. But there we go. Let me talk about brilliant things. Brilliant things. What's a little thing which is brilliant? Okay, I'm going to talk about. I was tempted to talk about something to do with Michael, but I'm going to say reliability. No, this isn't a dig on anyone else. It's just like having, someone that it's like, yeah, when you've got plans and it's like, okay, we can do this plan together, and then we can definitely Monday. Chris and McCall and me, obviously, or you're going to hear, or hey, on that day at this time you're going to be there, and then we are, and it's like sorts of reliability. And hello, Nicholas. Nicholas Strachia. Sorry, it's lovely to see you as well, and it was lovely to see you yesterday. And so, my brilliant thing is, yeah, something that you can rely on. It's like, yeah, I can rely on the sun coming up tomorrow. I can rely on the sun going down tomorrow. I can rely, and you know, on there being an L deck near to my hand when I need one. I can rely on, you know, having clean running water. I mean, these securities are pretty awesome. Rob, it is lovely. I am so sorry for this terrible choppy internet. But I hope that you're having a good day, Rob. Oh, that seems to have helped it. I closed down the Twitch and YouTube, but I hope that you're having a good day. And yeah, oh, now I seem to be better. Okay, brilliant. Recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights. Recent highlights, playing games and other delights. Recent highlights. Well, a recent highlight for me was getting the internet to be working that little bit better, which I think was because I closed one of my windows. And so hopefully this is now working a little bit better. And so, yes, yes, you're going to have to do all the Twitch moderation, and I'm not even in there, but thank you very much. And recent highlights for me, I've got so many recent highlights. Yesterday it was brilliant. It was kind of celebrating that 200th episode. Always doing the moderation. Why is my Wi-Fi? Hopefully my Wi-Fi will come back. Right now, highlight. Idle Michael has learned how to use Streamlabs. Congratulations. So that sound, I tried to do that and I spent a couple of days on it, but I was not able to get to work it out. So well done. And yeah, for me, the difficult part was when I had someone else, because I got it so that I was working on a playthrough and I was, everybody could hear me, but everybody couldn't hear the other person. So well done. That is really excellent. And yeah, keep me informed. Thank you very much. Low light. Woke up early to walk up to the markets because I didn't make it yesterday. I'm sorry about that. And they were all closed. Apparently, it's a state holiday today. What? So this isn't just a national holiday for Germany. This is a state holiday for the state that Leipzig happens to be in. Man, that's not cool. I'm sorry about that. Lots of love. But I hope that you enjoyed the stream yesterday. I really enjoyed it. It was nice having you along. It was lovely having everyone in. I already said thanks to everyone. I'm not going to do all of that again. But it was really nice having everyone in and everyone for the past like 200 episodes, kind of. And so many people coming in and just to celebrate it with me and to say congratulations and then going through all of them and reminiscing. That was a lovely thing. And Rob's got a highlight of coffee and Lebkuchen. That sounds nice. And so, recent highlights. Oh yeah, my recent highlights. So firstly, last night, I did play a game. I played Nano Muckhole 5 times, I want to say, and I scored 13, 14, 12, 15, 12. So not amazing scores. I think that makes my average around 13, but you know, respectable scores, and I am very proud of getting that 15. That's one away from the hypothetical maximum, and no one, not even Aquasulus, managed to get the hypothetical maximum of 16, and I joint won one of the games. I mean, I'm no longer the best at any of the Muckle games. There's a lot of other people who are now better than me at them. Prey is consistently winning. Alex is consistently winning. But yeah, these are wonderful people who are super talented and super skilled and intelligent. And yeah, it was lovely having them. And who else was there? Matthew Dunstan was there, and Rob, and even McCall came along. So McCall from who I keep talking about, Chris's partner, romantic partner. And hello, Alex. I was just talking about you, how you won a couple of games. I'm talking about how you and Prey are pretty good at that game. And so, yeah. So, anyway, I just wanted to talk about that game that we played last night. That was, yeah, it was good fun. And so, yeah, you're always welcome at 8 p.m. And if you want to influence what games are being played, then let me know that you want to join the Facebook group chats. You would be totally welcome, Rob, because I know you and you're cool. Anyway, so next week, if we get enough people, because hopefully McCall might join us again and someone else that I know from outside of board games, we might be playing a game very much inspired by Richard Garfield's What Were You Thinking, also later redesigned as Hivemind. And so, yeah, I'm sorry, Xate, that I'm glad that you are at least able to cook something that you're able to eat. And yeah, sorry that Germany just doesn't have these always open shops. I know that in London we're spoiled with these shops that are open until like 11 at least 10 o'clock at night. A shop should be open like 10 o'clock at night. You get the big supermarket, the big Lidl and the retail park. You've got some 24-hour shops, proper 24-hour shops. You've got the Sainsbury's and the Tesco next door that's open until 11. It's like a world away from this kind of, I mean, Scotland is not as religious as England, but England is not as religious as Germany. Anyway, so what games have you played? Let me know. Have you played anything? And I want to tell you, like, I am still on drugs. I am still on amoxicillin. It's antibiotics for my teeth. And I did manage to get an emergency dentist appointment. So I phoned them up yesterday in the afternoon. They said, then they phoned me back, and then they promised they'd phone me this morning, and they did phone me this morning. And it's a sort of emergency appointment, but with a proper dentist who's going to hopefully take me on as a person. So that is a big highlight. And so basically, I am going to leave this stream at around in about 45 minutes because I need to make that appointment. So that is my recent highlight. Oh, and I did get up to see the tail end of Loserpalooza playing Cartographers. They had quite a lot of people on there. That was quite nice to see. Also, I was quite surprised to see there was literally no one else streaming at that time. I mean, I guess because there was no one else and because it was Board Game Geek sanctions, like they had 100 people watching when I dropped in. I didn't want to say anything. But yeah, it looked super busy. Anyway, so that was what I've been up to. And so tell me what you've been up to if you wish. And and now is the time for you to ask me any questions if you want. Questionably quick questions. So this is the Ask Me Anything section of this show, although really Ask Me Anything could just be mixed in with the main bit. It says, it was too early for them. They're still exhausted from the virus and can barely stay awake even after full night's sleep. Yeah, I didn't think they should get up for it. Yeah, I mean, these things are meant to be joyous. Playing games, it's not meant to be you get up at the crack of dawn to play this game. I mean, I know at conventions, some people push themselves too hard, but, you know, those people who are, like, playing games until 3 a.m. and then getting up again at, like, 8 a.m., you know, that's like, that's kind of maybe making your convention experience less enjoyable. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I would not get up before, frankly, I would not tend to get up before 7. If I've gotten up before 7 and I'm naturally getting up, either I'm going to pee and then I'm going back to bed, or it's because there's something special and I'm getting up like super early for like, I don't know, an airport, to go on a flight, or to go to an event or something. Or maybe maybe I'm like, wow, I went to bed really early. Now I'm feeling really good. Yeah, pretty much same. And I think you do need to check in the scavenger badge stuff anyway. So it seems like no one has any questionably quick questions for me. And so let's move on to a typical day recently. So a typical day recently, how has the past week been? The past week has been crazy. I mean, oh my gosh, the past week has basically, it felt like it's all collapsed into one another. It is basically get up, take some drugs, maybe get showered, do my stream, then think about eating, but see if I have the stomach to eat, or if I might throw up, which I'm feeling better again. I'm feeling better. I'm not throwing. I did have a proper meal last night and I totally didn't throw up, so it's all good. Anyway, so yeah, recent day is like then do that and maybe go on social media and just kind of tinker about. Honestly, like after Saturday, pretty much from Saturday morning, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to have to write off the entire next week. That's been the way that it's been. Okay, so I'm closing the questions in 2 minutes. So Alex says, would you rather find an avocado in your bed or find a pillow in your freezer? Like, I don't normally have an avocado. So if I had an avocado in my bed, assuming like it was a nice avocado, like not too hard, not too smushy, like I don't accidentally go onto it and smush it over everywhere, that avocado in my bed might be a bit of a bonus. Or as a pillow in my freezer. I mean, the freezer already is taking up, it's already pretty full. I think that the avocado in the bed is like more of a, oh, someone left an avocado in my bed. Like if it was under the covers, if it was like if the avocado was on my pillow or on my duvet, that would be actually quite fun. So yeah, that's what I would be all about. Conversely, Sates is all about the freezer pillow. So yeah, that is the end of the questionably quick questions, I guess. And so yeah, feel free to comment, ask questions, from like follow as we go forwards. And my regular thing, Bez and Friends Game Day will return January the 9th. Go to the Discord. There's also a cat chat. Please share pictures of your cats to cheer me up. And yeah. So, pondering my future. This is what I wanted after 100 streams. I used to do this all the time. I used to do this like every 25 episodes. I would do a, hey, let's talk about the streaming. Hey, let's talk about how it's going and everything. For a moment, I thought, okay, let's collapse that into the 100th episode. And I'm glad I didn't, because, you know, there was clearly quite a bit to talk about yesterday anyway, given that it went on for 6.5 hours. But yeah, I want to talk about the future of the stream, because I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm more than honest. I'm going to be frank. I'm going to be what's the word I'm looking for? Uncensored. No, I'm not going to say certain words. I'm not going to say certain rude words, but you know, it's starting to frustrate me a little bit. And this morning I was like, okay, I need to know what's going to be the next week's schedule, because I need to tell Chris, and then Chris needs to make the schedule. And some people I still don't know, some people, and it's like kind of working out what I'm going to do each day. It's just getting difficult. It's getting onerous. I mean, if I'm being honest, is this Frank's friend freeform? Yeah, this is And oh man, I like how both of you, Alex and Sate, both went for the exact same joke. I assume that's like you typed that's exact the same second. But yeah, I'm really happy that I'm doing the Friendly Friday forum because I don't have to prepare anything for it. I'm just going to come on and then I'm going to talk about whatever happens to be going on. And then, you know, people can jump on or jump off if they want. Look, yesterday, I know that people came back later and said, oh my God, you're still going. And it was like they were impressed by my energy or something. But people, that yesterday was really easy because I didn't have to rely on anyone else. It wasn't like anyone else had to turn up. I didn't have to get the stuff from anyone else beforehand. And, you know, the content was actually, okay, we're just going to talk about whatever happens to be talked about. And then we're going to talk about, let's talk about, you know, the past 100 episodes. And sure, we started off a bit slower and then we sped up towards the end. Of course we did. Otherwise, we would have still been going a week later if I hadn't sped up, to be fair. But yeah, it was really easy. It was really joyous. It was really fun. And I really enjoyed spending that time with you. I enjoyed the Sundays where it's, okay, sure, I spend maybe half an hour beforehand thinking, okay, what am I going to talk about? Let's make sure that I know about these games. Which games am I going to review this week? And let me set up the camera and that's it. But, you know, I'm willing to accept a certain level of, let's call it mediocrity or a level of low quality. I mean, Alex asks if my desire to have a schedule is making it more stressful. I mean, without a schedule, how would I know, how would people be able to come on? Because if I'm to say, hey, this person comes on this day and this person comes on another day, then I need to have a schedule. And I have linked the Google Calendar to my calendar on my laptop. So it's fairly easy for me to be like, okay, great, Michael, you can come on when was it, 28th? And so it's like, boom, Michael, and that was so easy to do, and I really appreciate that. And for me, I find that return guests are really easy. But then at the same time, and I'm going to have to reach out to Alan, because when it's like, okay, I'm definitely coming this time, I would like people to help me a little bit with the topic that it's going to be, because it feels like it's always down to me to decide the topic. And look, I said yesterday that there will be hundreds of topics, and there are hundreds of topics that I could talk about. I mean, sorry, let me, where's my bag? Look, I'm just looking for the Building Blocks of Game Design by Isaac Shalev, and like, we could look on Board Game Geek and find all the mechanisms, and we could talk about any one of them. We could talk about any one of those mechanisms in great detail. I could talk about cards, like about, you know, we could, like, I reckon Michael and I, if we got together, me and someone else who could ramble, me and Alan, we could talk about pretty much anything for 2 hours. I'm going to say it. And so, you know, having those topics, but it's like, before I go live, I do want to tell people this is what I'm having. And so, yes, I do. Yes, because I've asked Chris to make me this weekly schedule so that other people can see what's coming up. And yeah, look, the schedule is helping me. Oh, thank you very much. And so, yeah, so Michael's going to be on my show at 9:50. So we're going to have a quick chat before we start up. And then, yeah, and it's like, there was a while back when, like, that week when I first had Shem Phillips and then I had Martin Wallace, and these were the biggest names that I'd ever had on my show. And I was like, wow, I need to make a special effort. And part of me was like, okay, is this going to be something that helps people respect me? What will help people? Because for sure, I feel like there are some of the shows that, to my mind, are as useful as a lot of other podcasts. And yeah, but it's not all about, sorry, I'm going, I can't turn off my phone because then it's all difficult coming up with those saying, hey, first time person, I need to get your info, I need to get your biography, I need to get your picture, I need to get your links. And if they don't send that to me in a timely manner, that is stressful. And yeah, next week when, last night I had, other than the 2 days, the Sunday and the Friday, which, okay, Sunday and Friday is a gimme because Friday's the Friendly Friday Forum, Sunday's Bez review stuff. Yeah, literally none of it was set in stone, and I had to then chase a lot of people up last night and then chase some people up this morning. But thankfully, I've managed to organize it. So, we've got next week Vince coming on to talk about publishing, and, Michael and Dina's coming on Monday, which was really nice because Dina's got the week off from her child. And so, like, not that children aren't lovely, but, they do sometimes get in the way of you podcasting. But I don't know, it's just that first time when someone comes on and then I need to have, I mean, maybe I should just make it a rule that if you haven't gotten it to me, like, what's this, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 days in advance, then, and you've not sent me all the info, then I might just make it a solo show and we'll reschedule it. Because I don't know, and this is what I want to get away from. I mean, parts of me would be like, you know what, how would you feel about me sometimes playing a solo game? Because, like, sometimes saying, you know what, I'll set up the camera, maybe I will play a bit of My Little Scythe solo, or maybe I'll play a bit of, I don't know what else I can play. What's another solo game? Detective. I've never played that. Maybe I could do an unboxing and then, try and play that. Yeah, maybe how would you feel about sort of me doing a solo game? Yeah, I could do a few games of Imperial Settlers rolling rights and tell you my thoughts as I play it. I mean, the reason that I've not done kind of things with the cameras on my 8 to 9 p.m. stream is that I want to do quick things that people can jump into, jump out of. I want to do short games that I can explain in 1 minute, and then people can just start playing. And it worked, to my mind, quite nicely last night. But for a morning where it's basically just a bit more one-sided, where it's me talking and you're kind of just asking questions or chatting along the way and I'm responding to the chat, maybe we could do that as part of a play-along. I don't know how long Detective would actually take me to get through a scenario. I mean, for sure, after, like... And Michael says, I'm doing this for me just as much as for the viewers, so I should make the stuff I want to do. If that's running through solo games, that'd be fun. If I want to do rambling chats with repeated guests, also cool. I mean, my preferred thing to do, my ideal thing to do would be, like, I'm not saying that I would like to get no input, but I feel like what I don't like about it currently is the faff that goes into being like, okay, what topic do we talk about? First time guest, please send me your thing, and please send me it at least 2 weeks before we are scheduled to speak. That is the bit that I don't like. I like speaking to people. I would like to speak to Janice. I would like to speak to Vince. I mean, who else would I like to speak to? I'd like to speak to Ben Maddox. You know, these are all exciting people. I'd like to speak to Andy Hopwood, and you know, I'm excited to speak to all of these people, but it's just kind of when I don't get all the info I need, it just becomes that little bit stressful, and it's like, please get me the info I need. That's the stressful part. I mean, maybe at a certain point it should be like, well, if you haven't sent me any info, I will just make something up and it will probably be rubbish. Maybe that's it. Maybe, yeah, if you've not sent me info, then I'll make something up and it will probably be rubbish. Although that sounds like a passive-aggressive way to do it. I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to say, hey, I'm going to, because I don't want to have to spend, you know, yeah. I would love to have you on, Eric. Seriously. And hello, Eric. It's lovely to have you on. And yeah, like, look, if you want to come on, like, I've got dates. I've got 3 dates. I mean, I've not checked Twitter since this morning, but that amazing person, you know, the person who was doing some sociology thing. Let me see if this messes up everything. Matt Coward-Gibbs, that's the one. So yeah, and Matt Coward-Gibbs said they could come in on the Monday, and I was like, okay, well, actually 30th might be able to work if we can get it sorted very quickly. But yeah, basically, look, the first step, the most important thing for me to do that makes it less stressful for me is if you send me a short biography and a set of links, not here's one link, here's one link, here's one link. Because if you do that in Twitter, then they all separate and it takes a lot of work copying and pasting, and like, just send them all in one kind of message. Just send all the links in one message, please. I know that it sounds like a small thing, but all of these things like really frustrates me. But then once it's there, once the links are all there, once the bio is there, it's easy. And then it's like, okay, once we've decided, okay, this is what we're talking about, and then just write a short thing, and it's like, yeah, that's lovely. And you know what, Eric? I was chatting to Chris this morning, because, you know, Chris comes on Wednesdays, for those who don't know. And yeah, Chris comes on, and we were chatting about, you know, I don't want to make it let's talk about you, because I don't want it to be a self-promotional thing. I don't want someone to hijack the stream just because they've got a Kickstarter going and be like, oh yeah, me. And that's the thing. Like, look, would I allow someone to come on for money? You know, sure, if like they paid me a certain amount of money, sure, I would do some amount of work and I try to make it entertaining, and I'd probably do some actual research into the game. And yeah, for sure, if someone wants to pay me, let's say, what's a reason? How many hours would it take? So a couple of hours for the stream, maybe 1 hour for preparation, 1 hour for the negotiation, and like maybe 2 hours for kind of doing some research. And so, you know what? If you pay me 150 quid, no, 125 quid, I would do that. Yeah, I'm not going to say that's open to everyone. I reserve the right to refusal, but sure, everyone has a price, at which point it's like, okay, yeah, sure, if someone were to pay me, then yeah, I would do some research into your thing and we can talk about just your game, and I'd be like, hey everyone, at the start, this is a paid promotion and we are chatting about it, but I have done some research, so I'm going to try to make it as entertaining as possible. And we will have some silly questions and all that, and hopefully it'll still be entertaining. I mean, for sure, we talked about this with Antoinette, with like the obligation to myself, but also the obligation to the audience is so much more important than the audience to anyone. But look, and that's a totally separate thing. But basically, unless someone is actually, unless it's some amazing thing, I don't want it to just be, you've got to Kickstarter, therefore you come on. Like, I might have ITB on at some point to talk about Alba, because that's a really big choose your own adventure book, because it's actually notable in and of itself. And I'm not going to lie, because I myself know Peter and Rose, and I know that are good people. I know Tom are like good people. I know I have a financial interest in like ITB, and you know there is some, for sure, there's some, you could call it conflict of interest there, but I'm going to be upfront with that. I'm going to try and give full disclosure wherever I can. And who is this person streaming? Wait, I'm confused by that question. But look, my point is that Eric, I would love you to come on, Eric, and please, if you want to come on, just send your info, like just send your biography and your links, and that will be fine. And I think that if I've invited someone to come on because I feel like they're an interesting person, because they're sincere, like they're not just there to promote me, like, and we can talk about you for like the first time that you come on, maybe, and then we can talk about, but like I would like to have repeat guests, and I would like to try and talk to people, you know, for group chats, but like maybe even like, I don't know, some sorts of, hey, let's get everybody in on a Facebook group chat to say, hey, these are the group chats happening next week, or which ones would you like to join in on? I mean, I don't want, not necessarily everything will be open to everyone, because it's something like, okay, gender and design, then I know, okay, this is it. Chris was actually talking about this earlier, that maybe I could do a, hey, please give me this info, give me this info. But I would still have to make sure that people actually supply that info. Maybe what I should do is start saying, hey, before we arrange a date, I want your bio and links, because I've had too many times when I've been stressed that it's got up to the time when I've had to start scheduling it, that I've had to put it into the calendar, and I still don't have people's links. So that's what it is. Maybe I should stop putting things in the calendar until someone sends me their links and biography first. Maybe that's it. And Rob says that that sounds entirely reasonable. And Rob, as well, like, I would love to have you on. Like, I know, like, you, like, whenever we can make it work. I'm leaving Saturdays open for people who do have a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday job. So Monday to Thursday and Saturday, you know, it's, I'm like, that's the thing. It's, he at the, oh, and Alex says it's the least someone can do if they want to participate. Eric says, I would not want to join your stream for self-promotion. I will think about it, about what discussion I contribute to. I send you my bio, thanks. And exactly, that's the point. Like, that's why I would like to have, potentially have you on multiple times, Eric. And why I would like to have you, you know what, like, Michael, the first time that I had you on, you know, back in the day, okay, back in the day when I started this, like, it was just me for a while, right? It was just me. Ask me anything and reviewing a thing. Ask me anything, reviewing a thing. And actually, that was quite fun. And maybe I should go back to, sometimes I just review a thing for a couple of hours and just ponder it, even if it's quite a rubbish game. I mean, frankly, I could have talked about this game for at least an hour, I'm sure. I mean, really nailing into why I don't like it and why I like some aspects of it, but why, and you know, for sure, like Jungle Speed, I could have reminisced for like a couple of hours, and maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should do more. Yeah, Sunday is just general reviews, but maybe there's, if I don't have a schedule filled up, well, no worries. I just, because I guess there has been a bit of impetus in my own mind to make these things entertaining, to make it the kind of thing that I would watch. And I would watch like all the ones that I shared the link of yesterday, I would 100% watch. So if you go back to the Facebook event, or like if you watch the Twitch stream back, anyway, like the links that I shared, those are the ones that, like, yes, I would 100% watch them, and you know, I would advise other people watch them, and I think that that's brilliant content. But maybe not everything has to be brilliant content. Maybe it's like, okay, those Friendly Friday forums, I'm not expecting anyone to watch it after the fact. I'm expecting that Friendly Friday forum to be just say, hey, everybody, let's talk about how we're doing. Let's talk about how you're doing. Let's be kind of sincere with each other. Let's kind of check in. Let's kind of try and aim for a little bit of well-being. Let's do a bit of, maybe we talk about a brilliant thing, but we talk about some highlights. Maybe we share some lowlights. Maybe we commiserate. Maybe we ask some questions of each other. Maybe we share like, hey, I'm trying to work out how to deal with this thing in my life. And maybe other people can. But if it is like something really tragic, then do warn us before you come on. Like if it's like those Friendly Friday forums, I kind of see them more as a big social gathering. Do you know what I mean? And the Sundays, I am asking Chris now to kind of split up the video to put them up on Board Game Geek, because whilst those Sundays are primarily for me a way to say goodbye to these games, because now I feel comfortable in saying goodbye to this. And if anyone wants a quick game in which you think of words that fit certain categories and start with certain letters, which is very similar to categorical, but I did play this afterwards, then let me know. You can totally have this as thanks for watching the stream if you would like that game. But yeah, I was going to say within UK, but if you're Xate, then I will maybe send it over as part of the bigger package. But anyway, the point is that like not everything has to be something that people will, and I'm already like 20 minutes away from me having to basically pack up my bags and leave and go to the dentist. But this is basically a big me venting stream today. And I'm excited to have Matthew Dunstan on tomorrow. And like, how easy was that? I mean, Matthew Dunstan, I mean, Kenner Spiel this year is nominated. And Matthew Dunstan made it so easy. I'm actually going to double check to see if Rory sent me their info or not. Sorry, this is... But, you know, Rory's been nothing but amazing in terms of, like, setting up a thing, and they just popped in yesterday, and, you know, that's so wonderful. And, yeah, I do need to get my links and stuff, but, yeah, no thanks, someone else can spin, says Xate. Yeah. No spinning words for Xate. And yeah, Rory is totally like all the Irish people. Do you know and Northern Irish is Michael, where is Rory from? Is Rory from Belfast? Or is Rory from Dublin? Or is Rory from somewhere totally different? But yeah, because that do you remember Pat Pelgreen from Pelgreen Press? Cat was also pretty cool. And so, yeah, maybe I just need to get more Irish people on, like from at least that island. But, yeah, Antoinette, Michael, Rory, you know, I see a pattern and Cat. Sorry. Oh, I don't know why I'm apologizing. You try to make me laugh, and it's a delightful thing that you do. Thank you, everyone. Anyway, look, I am going to do Sundays reviewing stuff every Sunday for the foreseeable future. I'm going to do every Friday after this Friday from 27th of November. It is going to be a free form, just a wild chat. I mean, I'm thinking I might, yeah, maybe I would start doing playthroughs. Tell me, what would you think? If I were to do a playthrough, would you be interested? And yeah, I don't know what I would want to play through. Like, maybe I would get to decide at the start. Would I play through Imperial Settlers? I'd probably play that a couple of times because it's quite short. would I play through Holding On? Because that would actually be spoilerific, because I've only played the first chapter. I'm sorry, Michael. Would I play Energy Empire? Because that's Energy Empire. I think it takes about 90 minutes. I think I could do that. And there's also Imperial Settlers of the North, Empires of the North. There's Detective, which you know, there's a few solo games that I could just do LDEC solo games. I mean, why not? Maybe I do. Oh, and apparently Rory lives in Dublin, so it's everyone from all over that island. And Xate says that Xate doesn't want me to play things. Xate says 20 minutes games take 2 hours while streaming. So yeah, maybe I should do that, because Imperial Settlers, roll and write. Like, I am planning to go. I am kind of enjoying going through it, although at this point I wonder whether it's a compulsion or me actually enjoying it. But I'm on page 9 out of 48. So maybe I live stream all my Imperial Settlers roll and write things. Like, that could be a fun thing. Maybe like when I don't have anything to do. Maybe I'm like, you know what? Yeah, Janice, Ben, if you haven't gotten back to me, I've asked Chris to like fill it in by this weekend if they can, and if they can't, maybe like this is the, hey, I don't have anything else to do, let's play this, and then we'll find out how long this takes, because this normally takes me 30 minutes, so maybe this will take, I'll be able to do that within, you know, a couple of hours. And if I find out that I am actually super efficient, because, you know, maybe I don't need to make all the best moves. Because the other thing is that, you know, Loserpalooza, they don't, they force other people are playing along. So when I talk about other, do you mean Imperial Settlers roll and write? I'm not planning on playing along with people at home. I'm planning on just playing myself. So I was basically, if I'm planning on just playing myself, would you tune in for it? Xate suggests no, but I'm not sure if Xate is being serious. So genuinely, if I were to be playing My Little Scythe, yeah, I would play My Little Scythe solo. That's a fairly quick thing. You can't play that at home, but maybe you're interested to see that. Is that something that you would tune in for? And yeah, that would maybe, if I go quickly, if I make some suboptimal decisions, if I don't worry about it, frankly, that's, I'm not going to make a, I'm not going to say, oh, I'm as good as Alex, I'm as good as Prey, because I'm not going to say that I am. I think that if we were both trying really hard, I think Alex and Prey would still be beating me at Nano Muckle. But I will admit that I am focusing a little bit more on keeping the game going and on having good rhymes for these things, rather than making good decisions for the games. And same with My Little Scythe. But maybe I would put it on the easiest setting, because I've only played it on normal and hard so far. So maybe I would put it on very easy and just play almost randomly and, yeah, see what happens. Just play with my gut. Would that be something that you're interested to see? Genuinely, let me know. That is my question for you right now. Would you like me to play My Little Scythe? Sorry, I'm going to clear my desk to be able to pick it up, because there's a few things on top of it. Would you be interested to see me play My Little Scythe? Because I understand that's a game that some people are interested to play. Because, I mean, I wouldn't like to watch other people play games, but people watch Ross play games all the time. So, and people watch other people play games. So apparently it's something that other people want. I mean, is that something? Tell me genuinely. If you say, no, I would not watch that, that is okay. Just say it. And, but maybe that's the way it is. That's, I say, you know what? That's the thing that's, and maybe I'm okay with that, frankly. You know what? If a couple of streams a week are just me playing a game and you can't join in, and you decide that it's not for you, that's totally fair. So so Xate says, no thanks, I can take those days off though. Yeah. So it's kind of like a thing that I can do. And, you know, it's not like, and it's something that is anybody actually interested. I mean, it could be like me blethering while I play the board game. So the board game is just a conduit in the same way that, you know, sorry about all the noises. Like yesterday, me looking at videos was a conduit for me blethering. And towards the end, I did get pretty efficient at it, I hope you'll admit. And Alex says that they would watch it in the background, but I prefer to hear your thoughts/interviews. That's fair. And so maybe like it could be like the board game itself, I'm kind of going through it vaguely randomly, but I'm chatting about maybe the board game and how it's making me feel or stuff, like kind of a watch it played, but with an excessive amounts of commentary. But like, you know, most games do have a tiny bit of commentary, but how much really? But yeah, I don't know. It sounds like you people are quite similar to me in that you want to hear someone talking about something. You want to hear someone having a conversation, like having a meaty design conversation, or chatting about, hey, this is what I think of this, and this is why Lapin Crétin is actually, you know, a really good game. And, you know, if you want to find that out, then look on Sunday. And although it's not for sale, don't buy it, Xate. Xate, you would not enjoy it. Xate would not enjoy this game, but I do recommend Twin it to everyone who's not Xate. So everyone except Xate, buy this game. It's basically the best game of matching things. Anyway, I'm going to put it further away out of my reach so I stop being distracted by it. It's just over there. Oh man. So yeah. And Alex says, but this is sort of preaching to the choir. We are here because we like what you already do. That's a fair point. I mean, let me kind of change this thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, can you remind me, why did you start watching? Like, Sate, I know you started watching for some reason, and then you found out that you were surprised that you actually enjoyed it. And Alex, why did you start watching? And like, what I would like, I mean, look, making a show that I would like to listen to is different from making a show that I would like to be part of. Making a show that I would like to be part of, I would, yeah, sometimes enjoy being able to just take a day off and just play a game. And that is just my filler content. That's the way that I almost see it. And see, like, how does that go? No, it's not always that. So yeah, actually, Xate does have pretty harsh views. And yeah, I can't believe you still not played Power Grid anyway. So yeah. But yeah, maybe we do that. Maybe I do that because it's honestly, it feels like a way for me to say goodbye to some of these games before I leave. It's a thing that I wanted to do anyway. It's honestly like Cluster. I wanted to play that solo anyway. And apparently I came up randomly in Xate's feed, and Xate was watching, and it was the day of the really evil person in the chat making me feel like trash. So Xate decided to watch on purpose after that to tell those people to bugger off and tell me that's high rock. Oh, that's lovely. Xate is so nice, even though they pretend to be mean. Oh, that's lovely. And lots of hearts. And Alex says that they appreciate a slightly more academic, informed discussion around games. That's not something many people are offering. I mean, I don't want to badmouth people, but yeah, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Okay, look, let's talk about solo thoughts. because I was thinking about doing a solo thing about making word games, and it says reviews, live plays, and such are everywhere, but the topics I have are different. Thank you very much. Like, I was thinking about just maybe I could do an Ask Me Anything, but with a topic. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like, hold on with me for a second. Okay, so I feel like I've heard someone talk on a podcast about word games, and I was listening and thinking, this person's only made like one word game. I mean, and half of this show is them just promoting their own word game and them just talking about specific stuff to their word game. They're not talking about you should at least start from generalities, like start from how can a word be constructed, start from like, if I were to be making like a podcast that was like once a week or once every 2 weeks, then I would be like, okay, let's think about, and then honestly, like maybe I'm too much of a perfectionist. I decided not to make a word game sort of lecture for Tabletop Gaming Live because I was worried that I wouldn't be good enough. I wanted to look up literally every word game on Board Game Geek to make sure that I'd done 100% of my research before I done it. And yeah, and yeah, thank you very much. Alex says, I'm pretty fun to hang out with. That's lovely. Chris says, most videos are just look at my new product, go pre-order my new product now, watch as I help this channel gain value and followers by selling my product on it. Yeah. Alex, there's one particular podcast that does this a lot. I had to stop listening as the veil over the Kickstarter promotion grew thinner and thinner. I kind of, yep, might know what you mean. And Xate almost modded, did Xate almost mod Chris's thing? Is that what you're talking about? Or watch my false face as I tell you how great this game is because the publisher gave me hundreds of pounds. I mean, that's the thing. Look, if someone gives me hundreds of pounds, I will happily tell you about a game. I would never tell you how great it is. I will happily tell you that, you know, I am really disappointed with the rule sheets for Tapestry. I think that Jamie Stegmaier it was folly to try and get Tapestry into 4 sheets of paper. And, you know, I don't invite Jamie on here, but I have spoken to Jamie on a few times. And at some point I was thinking of having like, I don't know, once a month, once a maybe thing like that's in an evening. And it's like, okay, let's have it with people that I really want to have on and really want to talk about a specific subject, because I've never talked with Elizabeth Hargrave. I would talk, make a special evening show because of that. Preview versus review. Yeah, let's. I mean, maybe, you know what? Maybe I should do like an uninformed Ask Me, or a theme. Maybe I should structure it as a themed Ask Me Anything. Like if I did a themed Ask Me Anything, I would just blether about word games. And maybe I would have something to tell you about word games, about how to make word games. And maybe we could have a themed Ask Me Anything about randomness, because I would like to chat to other people about randomness. I would like to chat. The reason that I like the group shows is because I think that other people have more to contribute. And by the way, I'm just going to have to, I'm really sorry about this. This is terribly unprofessional of me, but I am going to put on socks whilst streaming. So, because really, yeah, I would really like to chat about randomness, like how randomness is good, how randomness is bad, and yeah, I would like to chat about all sorts of things. I mean, I like the Ask Me Anything format. I think that just a general ask me literally anything. I like the silly chat. I like the silly 40 minutes, like, or half an hour before we, or even an hour. I actually quite like just if we say, okay, here's an entire scheduled silly 1 hour, and that's good fun. I love chatting to people when I'm actually sitting with the person. If who else have, you know, I talked about all the people that I've enjoyed recently. I enjoy once I'm sitting with a person, like chatting with Chris about interviewing. That was brilliant. And I'd love to chat about Chris, like just, hey Chris, share, let's share knowledge, because that's what it's all about. That's what I want this to be about. I don't want it to be about, hey, I am me, I made my cool thing. Ellie Dix talks about this kind of promotion where Ellie Dix makes videos to say, hey, this is a way to get your child into gaming. This is a way to make gaming fit into your children. Because Ellie Dix is saying that, you know what, by presenting myself as an expert, people are more likely to consider myself someone who's able to make good games, and they are more likely to buy from me. For sure, there is a self-promotion aspect to that, but that is much better to say, hey, I am someone who knows stuff, therefore I know stuff, therefore I might be able to make a word game worth playing. That is far more sincere and honest, rather than if I just say, you know what, once a week I am going to solo play through Extendable, which is probably, I love Extendable. I mean, maybe I should do it. I mean, maybe I should do it like once a week, like if I don't get a person, but like, yeah, for sure, like if we've got like a topic like words games, or ask me anything about self-publishing, or ask, I mean, because there are a lot of questions. I am not an expert. I haven't been doing it for decades, but I am at least intermediate. And so I am someone who, yep, I need to leave the house in 3 minutes. I have just done my hair. I've got clothes on. What else do I need? Oh, get my... Anyway, listen. It's really nice. Also nice. Yep, I wouldn't mind if the group chats were less time restricted. Do you mean more time restricted? Do you mean like if they were shorter? Maybe I'm an idiot. I don't think I ever mentioned in any video that I have a game I can sell people. You totally did. We totally talked about your weird alchemy, and you came on, and then I put the Instagram, and people asked about it. Hell, people asked about it yesterday. Yeah. So I just want to say thank you very much. Thank you, Xate. Alex, and please, let's continue this conversation over on the BBB chat, because I am still working this out, because sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing. Please tell me what you want. Please tell me what you would be okay with. And maybe, yeah, I will just do some live plays, because frankly, I would like to do a live play maybe once a week. And if people don't watch it, maybe that's okay. That can be a day that you don't watch, for goodness sake. But I hope that you will try it once, and, you know, maybe pop in like once a month, I don't know, or see if you like it, see if you're interested. Maybe some people will like it. Maybe it'll be a different crowd at one day a week, I don't know. But tell me what you... Give me ideas. Do it on the Discord, please. Where's my banners? Let me just wrap up. We have had no conclusions. I've just basically expressed lots of frustration. You have listened. Thank you very much. I love you all. These are my links. I'm not going to talk all about them. You know my links. Please go to my Discord. Oh, in your videos, no, I think that's fine, because Ellie Dix doesn't do that either. It is associated with you anywhere. Less restricted, have as much time it needs to properly get into the topic, as well as the fun getting to know you part. I don't fully understand. Can you explain on BBB chat, please? I've mentioned it's in other interviews, just never in my own. Yeah, okay. Thank you very well. Yep. Thank you, everyone. Lots of love. I'm not going to ask what you're up to, but I am going to say that I am looking forward to going to the dentist. I do need to leave the house definitely within 6 minutes. Otherwise, I will be late. So for my next streams, look at stuffbybezz.com/streams. I am going to have Matthew Dunstan on tomorrow. We are going to talk about actually making money as a designer, not as a publisher, not as a developer, but as a designer. And that is some. And why does Matthew Dunstan love chemistry so much? I mean, seriously, why is Matthew Dunstan still working on this? And what was up with that one game that Paul Grogan mentioned? Let's talk about that with Matthew Dunstan. Anyway, ask all that in the questionably quick questions tomorrow. You know, the questionably quick questions don't always need to be totally silly and off topic. They can be somewhat on topic as well. But please feel free to share, spread the word. And for now, I'm not going to even bother doing a raid because then I will have to run off. And I love you all lots. Oh, Jay Folsgaard. Oh, thank you. Please do a live play if you want to. And bye bye, bye bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now I've got to go. Bye bye, bye bye. This is bye bye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. Yeah, seriously, thank you very much, everyone. I've got to go to the dentist, and please do join Discord. Please give all your information because I'm not. Yeah, thank you. Lots of love.